John Arantes, President of BART Chapter, SEIU 1021. As we have witnessed right now, board and management continues to show the incompetence, inability to manage and operate the system. We went to the table in good faith. We negotiated a contract. The power was given to the general manager by the board and to Thomas Hawk to negotiate this contract. And that's what they did. And now, instead of taking the responsibility and accepting this contract, or to vote it down, they took the coward way out of sending it back to the general manager and trying to put it on the union, something that they have done it themselves. They should know what they are signing. They should be negotiating in good faith, something that they're unable to do. So we expect them to take care of this problem. It is not our problem. We have done what we are supposed to do. Now it's on them. So they should step it up and vote yes on this contract.
Would you say that they have rejected the contract?
Antoinette Bryant, President Business Agent, ATU 1555. To put it mildly, I am deeply disappointed in the actions that the board took. We have spoken to them, we've issued statements, we addressed the board this morning telling them that if clarity needed to be done on a particular section of the contract, the unions were willing to do that. To take this action, to take a vote on something that was not presented to our members, speaks to the fact that they're not adhering to the process. And the process is you vote a contract in its entirety, either up or down. I ran my campaign for president on integrity, on credibility. We expect the board to act with integrity and credibility. Certainly the district did not, and we thought that the board would step up with integrity and credibility and recognize this is a contract in its totality. This is what we took to our members, the entire contract, not minus the 40-hour work week, not minus the pension swap, not minus the sections that we did not particularly agree with. We took the entire contract to our members and we spoke to them about it and they voted it in its entirety. We did not get the opportunity to pick and choose what we wanted to leave in and what we wanted to leave out. Director Fang is correct. Someone needs to step up to the plate and own their mistake, because certainly we would have. If the shoe was reversed, we would step up to the plate and own it. Manny Vega spoke to that, what was owned in 2009, and we lived with it. They signed an agreement. It's their paper. There's no way that they can get around that. They drafted it. They gave it to us. They signed it. People that are making six figures, that are highly paid for that specific job. We are rank and filers doing the job of negotiating a contract. We read it. We expected that they would too. It is deeply disappointing that they have taken this action to piecemeal and parcel out something that they don't feel that they want to agree to, when their representatives, their written representatives, that they reiterated time and time again, had the complete authority, authorized, and voted on, and signed. So I'm deeply disappointed on behalf of ATU.
Can you talk about the mechanics of where you guys go now?
Sure. As one of the negotiators in this contract dispute, let me just say that I join Antoinette and John in being deeply disappointed. In 25 years of negotiating contracts with literally hundreds of employers, I've never seen this happen. And there's no excuse for it happening. So the union will consider its options. We will be in discussion with our attorneys this afternoon, and we will be in discussion with our members. And how we proceed will be made public once we've had sufficient time to consider what options are available and what course of action we should take. But in the interim, we would encourage the riders and the general public to call on the board of directors and ask them to exercise both the responsibility and the accountability they have to all of us, to our whole community, and to make sure that they understand that they have made an error and they should correct it. It's as simple as that.
Is it even legal to to vote as opposed to voting yes or no on the
No.
contract before
They
then?
actually, as they were voting, as they were speaking, we were texting our attorneys saying, this is an unfair labor practice. It is not legal. And we're going to have to obviously not let that part stand. We have indicated that we were willing to sit down and discuss the interpretation of 4.8. But any idea that they can ignore those parts of the contract that they don't like and keep those parts of the contract that they do like is not legal. It's not part of the collective bargaining system, and we can't allow that to stand.
So a yes vote or a no vote would have been legal. This
Yes.
vote is not legal.
That's correct.
So,
They
Joe,
would-
can you tell us what the possible options would be at this point? I mean,
Not until we go and talk to our members.
Is this basically kind of new ground?
Yes.
Yes.
Really, we've never seen this happen before. In SEIU, I don't know of a single contract. That doesn't mean that it may be somewhere in Alaska or some more distant jurisdiction, but it's never happened in my experience. And I've been doing this for 25 years on behalf of the service employees in a national union, and not just in California. So I find it stunning, as in we are stunned that this is their response. It's
The
really
For any changes,
unethical.
you would have to go back to your membership and revote the entire ratification process, right?
That's correct.
Well, first of all, wouldn't the negotiators have to agree to a contract without this clause even before it goes back to a vote, right?
This is not the contract we voted on. This
Right.
is not the contract we took to our members to vote on. So they should be voting on the same thing. They presented to us with their package before we voted it. They gave us a complete package of their understanding of what was in the agreement. We did the same. Section 4.8 was in both packages. It was on both cover sheets. You guys have received that. We've sent you that information. It should have been a vote on the package in its entirety. That's what our members voted on. They didn't have the luxury to pick and choose. And the board of directors should act with integrity and credibility and vote the entire contract.
What you say board members said, that was never their intent, you know, that we maybe they were struck by the negotiators, but that was never their intent.
I would say that
Wasn't
at
part of their
this
process.
point, they reviewed the process. They had it since July 19th. Today is November 21st. We deal with the process with our members. Just like Director Fang said, someone on their side, they need to own that and take accountability for that. However, they directed staff. They sent a letter to us telling us who were the folks that were in charge. Oh, sorry.
So thank you very much.
So you expect
You
some
can
Going
go
back
kind
to
of,
the board
expect
meeting.
some kind of announcement later today or soon, in the near future, it's hard to say when it will be.
Hard to say.
Will you give us an hour heads up?
Yes.
Okay.